Hey guys, Happy Tube Tuesday. It's me, Moon Pies, brought to you by netstories.com. This week, today, on Ad Age, which is a trade publication for the advertising industry, a story came out where YouTube is reportedly getting ready to roll out a premium channel program. And this may happen as early as late April. And they've reportedly, again, all this is reportedly, unconfirmed sources, but usually Ad Age is in the industry, it's pretty well connected. YouTube has reached out to about 24 or so prolific content creators to create channels that they will then charge, and it could be as little as $1 to $5 a month for YouTube users who want to subscribe to their channels and receive the premium content can do exactly that. Now, what does this mean for you? What does this mean for the Moon Pies channel? What does this mean for YouTube in general? These are all very important questions, and I'm going to try to answer it as best I can since I've seen enough of these monetization models work. YouTube has tried to do stuff with pay-per-view before with very limited success. And also, I just want to nip a lot of stuff in the bud before it gets worse. And I can tell exactly how this is going to play out. In a few days, sometime later this week, you're probably going to see a story on, your local news or national news or whatever the case may be on, YouTube is getting ready to charge people the way that Netflix or Amazon or Hulu Plus are. And you're going to see people on Facebook signing petitions, passing around petitions. Please sign this petition so YouTube doesn't start charging us. And, none of that is going to happen. And it's not. And the problem here, just as people were saying that Facebook was going to start charging a few years ago just because they started offering some advertising products to some of the high-end businesses to get further reach on Facebook, this is essentially what YouTube's doing now. YouTube has a good thing going. It knows its top 25 advertisers are spending an average of $150 million a year on advertising on the website. As you may have heard, released also earlier this week, last week, Psy's Gangnam Style video, the video I'm talking about, which took over as the #1 most watched video on YouTube, has recorded $8 million, generated $8 million in advertising revenue, all in advertising revenue that gets split between Psy and the label and YouTube. There's obviously a lot of money on YouTube to be made through advertising. The premium subscription is not necessary. But I think YouTube and Google in particular are trying to diversify the company's revenue streams. And that's fair. And they're seeing a lot of stuff for premium subscriptions. They're seeing Netflix, which now has 33 million streaming subscribers worldwide. Hulu Plus is starting to gain some traction as the paid version of Hulu. Amazon.com keeps adding original content to their video. And you'll also see the original content aspect is very important. This year, Netflix is bringing back Arrested Development. On Friday, they have House of Cards, which was Kevin Spacey and directed by David Fincher. Okay, so you have a lot of that David Fincher and that Kevin Spacey in an original Netflix show. So you have Amazon's doing Zombieland, a TV series for Zombieland. Can you believe it? It's really getting to the point where all these video channels are trying to create original content that you can only see here and that people are willing to pay for. So it's only natural for YouTube to think, well, let's see if some of these, some of the really more prolific channels who create episodic content could appeal and get people to charge. Now, obviously, I have not been invited to the monetization program, and to be honest, I would pass because I don't think I've the math for some people it's pretty clear. You can make a decent amount of money as a YouTube partner on advertising, and once you do premium subscription, you get rid of a lot. I mean, your views just dry up. It's almost like Pandora. You think of Pandora as a service. Only a tiny fraction, tiny sliver of Pandora users actually pay for the service to get rid of the commercials and listen to special features and be able to skip through songs. No, most people are freeloaders on the internet, and we know that. And that's why this service will always appeal to only a small subset. And just right now, you can relax. I think all the biggest YouTube partners, anyone that's been invited to this, maybe cable networks, if second and third tier cable networks have been invited, they may have a different idea on what they're going to approach this and actually create content. But all the big wigs on YouTube, the really big names, the ones that are being invited, what they may do at worst is create a new private channel, a premium channel, well, they'll have, some kind of regular installment, regular content. And also, there's also Ad Age also refers to stuff like, financial content or things that are value that people are used to paying a premium for. Something like that will work well under this format where people are paying subscriptions for. So, for now, you have nothing to worry about. And if you are a content creator, as many of you are, and you want to be part of this program, no, it's not going to happen. YouTube is going to contact you, and you have to have reached that kind of, critical mass, that appeal, where they actually do want to reach out to you. But in the meantime, don't worry. Don't panic when people are saying YouTube's going to become a paid channel. It's not. No. Don't freak out when the Facebook petitions come around, say, sign this. First of all, those petitions never work. And second of all, it's not happening. Don't be the dummy that starts spreading misinformation around. YouTube is going to be a free site, and there's no reason for it to not become a free site. There's so many advertisers who want to reach people through here, so many partners and people making money through this website the way it is now. YouTube's just coming up with a way to maybe get some more, just as Netflix and Amazon and Hulu are now paying out money for original content, YouTube's doing the same thing. If they can get someone to pay out, some kind of like a home fix and design series or something, special for people that are interested in that, and get a buildable audience, and they can pay a month, and that'll be more money than advertising would generate, which I don't think may be the case. I think people may want to think that through, but that's why the people being asked are probably going to create, a prolific, a premium channel and keep their, their larger free channel as a way to either advertise the premium channel or to make sure that they're not giving up. You don't want to, go from one vine to the other like Tarzan until you have the other one reached, or don't pay the ferryman until he gets to the other side, or whatever cliche you want to use. It applies here. YouTube is not installing a paywall for everybody. There will be a certain little areas, but it's done it before. You may not remember this, but there was times where YouTube offered, movies. They took like 5 movies from Sundance that were prolifically indie films. I've used the word prolific too many times in this video. I'm sorry. They had some Sundance videos, and including The Cove, which is that dolphin video, about Japan, about the slaughtering of the dolphins, and put all 5 on YouTube as rentals. And YouTube got all behind it and all excited. And at the end of the day, even though there's tens of millions and hundreds of millions of YouTube subscribers back then, this was like 3 years ago, the videos only had about 100, it was in the hundreds really, each video that was purchased for about $3, $4, maybe $5 to rent the stream. It didn't work. I don't think the premium channels will work too much, but a lot of it depends on the content, because just as if like Netflix is bringing back Arrested Development, if you have a case where there's really compelling content and you could only get it by paying $1, $2, or $3 a month to see this weekly series, daily news series, something that's attractive to you. I'm sure a lot of people during football season would love to pay for either a pick service or fantasy football type content. There's gonna be opportunities there to make this work, but for the most part, YouTube is not going to change, at least not in this free channel. Not this way that you enjoy MoonPie's channel will probably never change as long as YouTube exists, and as long as YouTube will have me here. Please don't boot me. I'm actually saying kind things about this advertising program and the premium channel. But no, YouTube is not going to become all pay. So take that and enjoy that, relish it, and I'll see you next week after the Super Bowl, a week later, a week older, and hopefully a week smarter. Thank you again.